Hello. So today we're going to be starting our Unit 0 Digital Interactive Notebook. Okay. So this is what you're going to get when you copy your own from Canvas. You can guys change up the coloring and put your name on it and move the stickers around if you want or find your own stickers. So right here is our table of contents. And I've already linked ahead. So if you click on slide 3, it's going to take you to slide 3 and so forth. So you can just click on the one that you want to look at. On slide 3, it's just telling you what you're going to be learning in this unit and just some images going over examples of what we're going to be learning about. So in this unit, you're going to be learning about absolute value, completing operations with integers, evaluating algebraic expressions for any integers, identify parts of an algebraic expression, and simplify algebraic expressions by combining like terms. So for this video, we're going to be looking at absolute value, opposite reciprocal. Okay, so for these notes, you can just type into here, and I'm going to show you on my next tab what to type into here. So pause it, and then you can type the information into your 4 boxes. So let's go ahead and get started. So for absolute value is of a number is equal to the distance of the number from 0. So if my number is 6, the absolute value of that is 6 because it's 6 spots away from 0. If I have -6, I'm still 6 spots away from 0. I'm just the other direction. So absolute value of -6 is still 6. Okay, so that's the definition. Characteristics. Distance is always expressed as a positive number. Please remember that. Absolute value always makes your number positive because distance is always positive. And then the absolute value of 0 is just 0 because you're already at 0. And these are just some examples right here. So absolute value of 15, 15. The -3 is 3, -2000 is 2000, 1, 1. And these are some non-examples. So here the -2 did change, the 13 became a negative, the 11 became a negative, and the -4 didn't change. So those are some non-examples, okay? All right, so that is what you're going to fill into here. We're going to type them in. Now let's look at what opposite means. Okay, oops. All right, opposite. So the definition is 2 numbers are opposites if they are the same distance from 0, but on the opposite sides of the number line. Okay, so opposites are the same distance from 0. They're just on opposite sides. So some characteristics. So the opposite of a positive is a negative. Opposite of a negative is a positive. Opposite of 0, again, like absolute value, is just 0. Okay, and then we have some examples here of 8 opposite of -8 and so forth. And there's some non-examples. So I didn't change anything, so they're not opposites. Okay, so that's what you would type in to here. All right, now the other 2 vocabulary words are reciprocal and opposite reciprocal. Again, you're going to type into the boxes, so let's see what you're going to type in. So for reciprocal, so 2 numbers are reciprocals of each other if their product, remember product is a key word for multiplication, equals 1. So 2 numbers are reciprocals if you multiply them together and they equal 1. So characteristics. To find a reciprocal, switch the numerator, remember that means the top number, and denominator, that's the bottom number. The reciprocal of 0 is undefined because if you flip 0 upside down, you can't divide by 0. So if anyone ever asks you, reciprocal of 0 is undefined. Okay, so let's look at some examples to go with the characteristic. So the reciprocal of 8, if I flip 8, that there's always an invisible 8 in the bottom of a fraction. Invisible 1, sorry. 8 has an invisible 1 underneath it in denominator. So my numerator is 8, the denominator is 1, it's just invisible, and so the reciprocal is 1/8. So same thing here, 1/2. If I flip 1/2 upside down, I get 2/1. But you can also just write 2, because again, dividing by 1 is invisible. -3/2 is again, we flip it upside down, so it's just -2/3. You don't move the negative sign. I mean, you can put in the denominator with a 3, but it still makes the whole number negative. So these are some non-examples here. So 1/11, Same thing here. -3 became 1/3. The reason why that's not reciprocal is because the negative sign should still be there. -4/3 became 3/4. Again, it flipped, but the negative should still be there. Okay, and then the last one is opposite reciprocal. So we're taking the two definitions of opposite. Remember, they're the same distance on either side of 0. And reciprocal, so remember, two numbers multiplied together equals 1. So if we put them together, two numbers are opposite reciprocals of each other if their product equals -1. So it's kind of combine those two definitions. So to find the opposite reciprocal, switch the numerator and denominator, remember the top and the bottom numbers, and switch the signs. So from like positive to negative and vice versa. So let's look at some examples here. So 2, remember there's an invisible denominator of 1. So if you flip 2 on top of itself, you get 1/2. But since it's a positive 2, I need the opposite sign as well, because the 1/2 is reciprocal, so the opposite would make it a -1/2. All right, -1/3. I flip it upside down for reciprocal. I get 3/1. We can just put 3. And then opposite part is negative. Opposite of negative is a positive. All right, 14, flip it upside down, you get -1/14, so opposite signs. -3/4, flip that upside down, 4/3, opposite of a negative is a positive. And then you have some non-examples, so this just shows you I changed a sign, but it's not reciprocal. I flipped it, but I didn't change the sign, so that's just reciprocal. I flipped it, so that's just reciprocal but not opposite. And then I just changed the sign, so that's just opposite. Okay, so you're going to be typing those again into here. Okay, and again, it's your note, so if you want to type it up differently, by all means do that. So you're going to be doing this on your own, and then I'll be wrapping up the video. So you are going to be filling in these blanks, and this is part of your notebook grade. So I'm giving you a number for one of the categories, and you have to fill in the rest. Okay, so if I give you opposite reciprocal of the original number is -6. So figure out what the original number is, and then go from there. Okay, and then 1/2 is opposite of original, so figure out the rest, and then the original number is -3. Okay, so pause, rewind, watch the video as many times as you need to fill in your notes, and then make sure you do this section for part of your grade. All right, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.